Hello, and welcome to the Dark Death Evil channel. I'm your Dark Death Evil host, Soulgrave, and this is Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls. Sorry about that, had something in my throat. Last time we went over another wizard build, using the Mycon's Hate Ball, trying to shoot some fiery lightning around. It was alright, had a surprise cow level, that was pretty crazy. First time I'd actually seen that. So this time, I'm going to show you something a little bit different. This is my Witch Doctor build, where I pretty much just get a ridiculous amount of sheet DPS, utilize the fetish armies for mostly defense, and burst haunt shit down. So let's go ahead and take a look at the build real quick. So we have Haunt, Poison Spirit, obviously extra 20% damage, and then that near 4,000% weapon damage for that second hit that we're going to get off with our Jade set is where most of our damage is coming from. We've got Sacrifice, which synergizes really good with our Humongulus. It's summoning us a zombie dog every 2 seconds. We can spam this, get off about 4 or 5 stacks, giving us an extra 100% damage at sometimes. Huge DPS increase. And of course, when you want to go into higher tiers of greater rifts, I recommend switching over to Black Blood if you do use this. The stun the enemies for 3 seconds is ridiculously powerful. And obviously, it's going to stun them for 3 seconds. You get a new dog every 2 seconds. You can do the math. You keep stunned for a fairly long time. Oops, go back to that. Piranhas, Piranado is a no-brainer. Spirit Walk for a little bit of escape. The new Hex for this one, pretty good. Turns him into a dog, or not a dog, a pig, for an extra 20% damage. So you see we got a lot of things that are going to be giving us lots of damage. And then of course Fetish Armies, Legion of Daggers for those extra fetishes. I like to go with Pierce the Veil. That extra 20% damage is great. Rush of Essence, that way I can spam cast my Haunt, don't have to worry about my mana. The Spiritual Attunement is not supposed to be on here right now because it was on a previous build and I forgot to take it off. Let's see what would be good on here. It really doesn't matter with this build. For lack of anything really, we're just going to go with the Spirit Vessel, just to reduce the cooldown of our Spirit Walk and give us that resurrection when we need it, which is extremely useful. And then Gruesome Feast, we're going to be picking up lots and lots of health globes, this gives us a good anywhere between 20 to 30% intelligence buff and maximum mana buff most of the time, all the way up to 50%. Let's go ahead and take a look at our items. So I'm gonna go with Sky Splitter. It doesn't really matter. I don't have any good one-handed demon or witch doctor specific weapons yet, so I just went with what gave me the most damage right now, which I think this is it. And that extra 15% to smite enemies is nice every once in a while. We've got a Ancient Homunculus. This thing is freaking epic. The stats on it are pretty ridiculous, and of course that automatically summoning a dog by your side every 2 seconds really synergizes well with the Sacrifice. We've got 2 sets of Jades. Nothing too special here, just your typical rolls. We're gonna go with 4 pieces, 4 or 5, or you know what, I don't need that ring. Interesting. You know what, I'm gonna swap out that because I don't need it. I'm gonna remove the gem on this. Bloop. And we're gonna give it back to our Covenant of Elements, because the only reason why we really have this is we want our 4-piece set to give us those 2% less damage for every fetish we have, and giving us nearly 50% damage reduction off the top. Massive. Belt of Transcendence, it's gonna give us an extra 15 fetishes. If they're gonna hit all the time, you're gonna see Haunt is gonna be spawning these constantly, so we don't have to worry about that. We've got the Augulid's Search and the Augulid's Power for that extra reduced damage from elites and extra damage against elites. A little poison damage on there, which synergized as well. Zunimasas. I just have a decently rolled amulet with a socket. Got the Bane of the Trapped in there for that extra 22% damage when things are slowed, which they're going to be slowed pretty often by my haunt down here. The extra 10% damage from the poison. This one, we'll see if this actually gets up or not. I was using it on a different build I'll showcase next week. But for lack of having something better to put in there, we'll just put it in here for now. Yeah, that's about it. Fetish Army, probably nah, that's good. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get in here and show you guys how this is a viable T6 build. A little bit different than what you're used to seeing, but still pretty fun. Summon these guys. Wow. Diablo 3. You can increase the difficulty in it. No, never mind. Okay. So, you can see here right away, and look at my sheet damage just, going up almost 3 million. Just right off the get-go, so it's pretty ridiculous. You'll be seeing some pretty high crits. When that second thing hits, yeah, like 1.7 or 170 million. I can read numbers. Don't judge me. I know you're judging me. It's okay. There we go. That. Kill this. Kill this. And kill this. So you really, I'm already maxed on my single pants. I don't really have much to worry about. I'll take this for that extra damage increase. I'll start spamming this. Over 3 million. I've gotten it up to 5.4 million before, which I know sheet damage doesn't really mean much, but I think it's neat. I think it's fun. We've got these guys. Knock them down. Boom, boom, boom. I'll try not to click so aggressively. And also, I apologize for my audio not being very high, as far as my voice was on the last video. Gonna make sure that it's very decent for this one, so you don't have to crank up your YouTube volume just to hear me yabbering. Yes, yes we must. And there we go. Poison, poison everywhere. Nice and empowered. But just clipping along, no problem. You'll notice I got the Maximus on my follower. I just think it's nice to have that extra. I don't want to be near the thingy. That extra, demony guy. You see just how quickly things just drop when I do get to focus them with the haunt. Like, it just does so much damage. So much damage. Okay, here's a good example. Got my 5 feast thingies. Boom, 4.3, 4.7. Not too viable, really, but yeah. When you're just playing a numbers game, it's kind of fun to do. I know it doesn't mean anything. And this, by all means, could definitely be optimized even better. I didn't get super lucky on a lot of my Witch Doctor stuff. Like, I got some pretty good stuff, but, I'm still missing a few of the key components. Haven't got that new Witch Doctor dagger. I can't even remember what it does. Oh yeah, it makes my shenanigans piercing, the poison darts piercing. Haven't got that. I'm still never seen an SMK. I got 4 furnace drops this season so far, maybe 5, but 4 for sure. Freaking furnace drops, and not an SMK. Still haven't seen that new uber epic item, the corrupted Ashbringer. Really have a bunch of builds that I'd like to play around with on that one. just because it just looks so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, we're almost done with this rift. This is a pretty good density. Like it, I love it. And you can see also the fetishes, you know, just through virtue of having high sheet DPS, they're gonna be hitting for a lot of damage. So even if I'm not able to spam everything with my haunt to get that double haunt on there to do that extra, you know, 10% burst damage, having, you know, 23 belt. Oops, candy. Oops, candy. Having that belt on there really. Belt. I just got a belt. That's why I said belts. I can't even talk. I can't even think, guys. What was I even saying? I don't even know. Something about having a bunch of fetishes and them doing damage. It's really where I was getting at. I got distracted by a shiny belt, which is probably crappy. Just melt. I hate you, poison. Poison is so much bullshit, and the higher grader rifts, sometimes you're not paying attention to it, or you know, you're trying to get better frame rates, so you turn down your graphics, you don't see that shit, you step in it for like 3 seconds and you're just freaking dead. Gets me every time. Those and those exploding fat bastards, the upper grader rifts, bane of my existence. I know I should be better and I should know better, but still gets me. Still gets me. Oh no, not the Rift Guardian. Ooh, Blood Maw. Whoa, that was a bit of lag. Alright, buddy. Come on. Unfortunate to have a whole ass ton of freaking things here. Otherwise, we'd be focusing him down a lot faster than we were. As per usual, no legendary drop off him. But that's just how it goes. I just think that's annoying. I think once you get to like T5, T6, you should get a goddamn legendary drop from the freaking Rift Guardian. I mean, I know you do get a lot of drops when you're lucky, but I've had some dry spells where you just go through and you don't get jack. And it's just a little frustrating to me. The game, oops, you know, based solely off gear, stupid little belty thingy. Yeah, Cord of the Sherma, which has its uses, but there's just so many other belts out there that blow it out of the water. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the build, what you would do differently with it. You know, definitely try it out, have fun with it. Want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, or subscribe, or I'll eat your soul. See you guys next time. Same Dark Death Evil place, same Dark Death Evil time.